A whole collection of antique autos will be traveling through central Indiana this coming weekend, and they will make the annual WRTV 6 tour that will include many of us from the newsroom. About mid-morning on Saturday, we will make a stop in Greencastle, longtime home of a university, new home of an organization of professional journalists, and it's the subject of Howard's Indiana. The state of Indiana was only a few years old when Asbury College opened. It would become DePauw, considered one of the country's outstanding small universities. On the edge of the campus stands Goban Memorial United Methodist Church, named for a former professor and president of the school, founded by Methodists. Nearby is East College, the oldest building on campus, still used for classes. But while preserving its past, DePauw today is filled with new structures. The newest is the $6 million Media Center. It will be ready within a few weeks for TV and radio production labs and eventually live telecasts. It also will serve as a home for the student newspaper. But the town has never let itself be dominated by the university. It has its own identity. Most Indiana communities display memorials to citizens who died serving their country. In Greencastle, it's a little different. In fact, it's one of a kind. The display in the yard of the courthouse is featured by a German V-1 manned missile known as a buzz bomb in World War II. It's an example of the extremes of war. Folks in Greencastle still talk about the time it made national headlines. It involved 4 bandits and this building. About a dozen people were in the old central bank at the time. With guns drawn, the intruders took everything in sight. $75,000 in cash and bonds, a major haul in 1933. It was the work of the notorious John Dillinger, the subject of a nationwide search for the FBI. The exterior is the same, but it now has new tenants. But the big news in Greencastle is the return of Sigma Delta Chi, now known as the Society for Professional Journalists. After many years in Chicago, it has just moved its national headquarters to near Greencastle's County Square. SPJ serves as a press freedom watchdog, advocating aggressive but ethical conduct of journalists in all fields of communication. The organization started here on this campus many years ago, the creation of students. Greencastle is lucky to have a young idea factory in its midst, but then just maybe a lot of its students have benefited from the quiet town that surrounds it.
Pretty place.
And you'll be with us when we go there?
Sure, and the Antique Auto Tour, wouldn't miss it. It starts Saturday morning, bright and early.
And the weather will be perfect.
Good. Yeah, we'll leave that to Bob.